So that's what we're here to do. And today, if you can tell by the back, we're taking a look at the yokai watch, Elda.
Hey, what is up, all you lonely watchers out there? It's LonelyFubuki, and I hope you are having a fantastic day. And today, I am here to bring you the final watch unboxing. It took quite a few years, but we finally have the last one, and what a one to end on. The Yokai Watch 10th Anniversary watch. This released in 2023 to commemorate Yokai Watch's 10th anniversary, and it was the last watch that was ever released by Bandai. It's meant to replicate the look of the Gen 1 watch while also adding some features onto it, such as it has a screen. It is technically the first Yokai Watch that can tell time. It has some voice options. You can search for yokai. You can, when you put in the medals, it does a special little animation on the screen. It's really cool. But and I also, on top of that, got the expansion of medals, the new ones. They released 2 sets. One came in the watch box, and then the second one you could buy separately. That has, I believe, 16 more yokai. There's 3 for each tribe, and it's kind of like in the style of the Medallion legendary summon pages from the anime. It's really cool, actually. I already unboxed it. So I already kind of know what we're getting into here because I couldn't wait because I'm filming this like a week after I had gotten it. And also the special edition Shogunyan medal that was released as well. I'm not exactly sure how this was released. I don't remember. But this will be interesting to get a look at too. So when we open the box, keep in mind that I have things a little moved around because of the fact that I already opened this. But when we open it up, put that box aside so it doesn't get ruined. We have the watch here. The watch here along with some stands, and the medals were in here, but I actually put them in the medallion already. Let's look at the medallion. Comes with a little booklet saying things, even warnings in English. That's pretty cool. And then some light instruction, some caution messages that are also in English. But yeah, if you would like to, I'm pretty sure there's a thing for the digital manual in here. Yes. If you'd like to scan that QR code, it's hard to get it any closer to the camera. You can view this manual out for yourself, because I'm not going to go over little details like that today, but then we'll open the medallion, and oh, it has all the main yokai of each tribe, at least like Season 1 era yokai in their little spot, which is really cool. These are all the yokai that summoned Shogunyan in the anime, and this is more geared towards like anime heads. It's not as reminiscent of the Yokai Watch games as much. It's more so focused on the anime elements, so that's why they're in that order there, even though these are the most iconic yokai, but they're not the yokai you normally use to summon Shogunyan. So that explains that. But then, if we unbox the actual watch itself, we take this out, and that looks That looks nice. It looks clean with that little, you can tell the little screen here as opposed to normal. Oh, and I turned it on. I didn't mean to quite do that yet. But if we compare it to the body, here is the original Yokai Watch, the first generation Yokai Watch. You can see here, it's got a little more of a shiny like band here, but the dimensions are pretty much the same. The searchlight looks a little different, but yeah, it's pretty much the same mechanism, just with like some buttons and stuff on it now. This button and this button, and along with the search button, are used for like selecting things, and then this cover right here, this, if I can get this off, this is how you charge it. It has a USB-C charging cable. It only took like a couple minutes, to be honest. It took like, I put it on for like 20 minutes and it was fully charged. So that's not much of an issue. You can see this is a lot more similar to the 2021, the Music Note watch, as you can tell with the band, although the band looks higher quality. I don't know if that's because mine is used and being worn over time, as opposed to this, which is literally brand new. The tape was still on it before I got it, but obviously not now. But you can, yeah, it takes a lot of inspiration from there. So you can see also on the back there is no, it says there's a lithium-ion battery. There's a rechargeable battery in here. There's no replaceable ones. But I think that's end up being better for a device like this. But on top of the watch itself, if you look in this little segment, you have 3 pieces that go into a stand for the watch. This is a more premium product than normal, so of course it's nice to have a little way to display it. Is it like this? I forget exactly how it goes in, but also I don't want to break it. Oh, and it looks like a little yokai metal. It has that little insert thing at the top, the base. That is so cute, actually. That is, oh my god. Okay, there is where that goes in, and then this slides in a weird way. It slides in by the side like this. And then I guess you just set it like this, and you can wrap your watch around it. Like, give me a second. I don't want to wrap it too tight because I don't want to like break the string or something, but this seems to be, yeah. This kind of looks cool on display, not gonna lie. If I could put it up at a better angle, yeah, that would, if I felt confident enough to display this is actually a really cool way to do so. Maybe in the future I'll get like a little glass cabinet I can put this in, because I don't feel safe just leaving this loose on its own somewhere, because it's a very valuable device these days. I'll put that stand aside, and I will wear it once. I will see how it fits on my my wrist once. I'll have to take off my actual watch to do so. But yeah, single test, because I don't really want to wear this too much. Look at that. It fits normal, because all these watches are made for a wide variety of wrists in mind, not just children's wrists, but also adult wrists. So this is pretty much the same. Again, the same build as the first gen watch and then the Music Note version of said watch. So that's pretty expected. Let's get this thing on and see what it can do. Okay, sorry if I seem a little ticked for the rest of this video, but I just finished most of it and then realized the audio was not recording properly. So I have to film it all again. But anyway, where we left off was we were looking at the watch. To turn it on, you just press... To turn it on once it's fully off, you have to press and hold the searchlight. But otherwise, you can just press it normally, and that'll wake it up from sleep mode. And there are 3 different buttons here. There's one right here, and also one right here that serve different roles on the side. So this one on the right opens up the menu, and then when you're in the menu, there's a bunch of settings you can enter. The searchlight lets you enter the setting to change it. This button here moves on to the next setting, and this one over here kind of like takes you out of the home menu to begin with. So let's go through. This is where you set the date and time. This is currently the current date and time. I already set that. Then the next option is the watch face, which you can have this is the watch face that's on by default, but you can also have the one from, I keep messing up the menu buttons because I can't see them, but that's not what I meant to push. Anyway, let's circle back to that. You can have the watch face from the actual watch, or the one from the game, which is really cool. The night day one, and then there's like 4 different colors of normal analog stuff you can pick from, but I prefer to have it on this. The next setting is you can turn Keita or Nate's voice on or off, because he does say stuff later on once we get to that feature of the watch. But if you'd like to turn it off, which I usually do, this is the option. I am going to leave it on, though, for demonstration purposes. This is the volume setting. The 3 is the highest. The brightness setting, 3 is also the highest. And then this is just showing you the status of the battery. It's in the settings for some reason. I guess because they didn't want to clutter up like the main display with it. So, go to cancel, and this is the watch. There is one more thing that this watch can do without a medal, and that is if you hold a searchlight, you can search for yokai, which it actually goes out with uses a searchlight like normal, and you can find random yokai. There's animations for yokai that have medals in this, made for this watch, and ones that don't. So I don't know. It's really up in the air of how many animations there has, but I'll try to. I think I just turned it off by holding the. I held the searchlight too long and I turned it off. But if you hold it again, it'll turn back on. I have to reset the time every time I turn it on. I guess this will be a good show. 2025, and it is December 30th. And it is, what time is it? It is 8. So that would be 20:04. So I guess I showed you how to do the time inadvertently. There we go. Cyborg, please don't fall back there, buddy. Please hold up. I guess I just inadvertently showed you how to set the time, because apparently when it turns off, it makes you set the time. But anyway, that's cool. The main feature of this watch is the fact that these medals, which, you know what, we'll show these medals off first, because we, for some reason, didn't really earlier. So here is the Jibanyan medal. It's really cool. As you can tell, if I bring up another medal, this just happened to be the one I have on hand. They are thinner, but they're about the same size, it looks like, the medals in terms of dimensions. And these are more show accurate, as you can tell, because the back does not have a QR code or a rail code or anything like that. It has the tribe symbol like in the show the back of the medal has, with the little color, which is really cool. And also you lack the numbers here. So it really is just a really show accurate medal in comparison to normal. So when you put this medal in the yokai watch like normal, this is what happens. Isn't that so cool? It does a little animation for him. It's so adorable, and it's basically the yokai watch of my dreams. But outside of the 8 medals that the original came with, it also came with a second medallion. Well, it didn't come with it, but you know what I mean. You had to buy it separately, but I mean, a second medallion was made for it. Shut up. And unlike the original watch, these came pre-packaged in a little thing. But this medallion is set up like the second medallion in the anime. It's so cool. It's a blue color, and also the arrangement is more like the other legendary summonings. Although, again, not how it works in the games, but there's 2 of each tribe in here. We got Slippery, sorry, I bumped the microphone. Slippery, Mysterious, Brave, Eerie, Tough, Heartful, Shady, and Charming. And we got a Blazzaria out of this set. I'm so glad we got Blazzaria. But yeah, most of these yokai are like the main yokai you would associate with the anime, not the games necessarily, but the anime. Pandal's kind of weird. I don't know why Pandal's here. He just seems kind of out of place compared to the others. Maybe they couldn't come up with another Brave. I'd pick Mochismo, personally, as the second or technically third Brave Tribe representative, or something like that. But I'm really glad that all these guys are here. And technically he is number 1 yokai. He's the first yokai in the medallion, so maybe it's fitting that he's here. But I don't know. I think it's so cool. Maybe we should summon another yokai. Let's go with Dimmy, because I really like the shady summoning, and there's not a whole lot of like iconic shady yokai. I feel like that's kind of like the underrepresented tribe in Yokai Watch, if you ask me. At least in terms of like staying power within the fandom and yokai that people really like. So let's just open the watch, and I didn't mean to search, but I guess we're searching now. We might as well. I'd love to document every single one of these little animations if I ever got the chance to. But there we go, we got Koma-san. Aw. Okay. Sorry, I accidentally turned it off again, but here we go. Here's Dimmy. And another fun fact about these watches is that, one I forgot to mention earlier, but it can't tell if you put it upside down or not. You can put it any which way like this. But if you flip it around and put it in like this... Sujanayo! Oh my god, it's so cute! But yeah, other than that, there is one more medal that you could buy for this thing, or maybe I think it might have been a giveaway. I'm not entirely sure. But the Shogunyan medal, which is, it's so cool to be wielding a Japanese Shogunyan in real life. Even though it's not like the original Japanese Shogunyan, it's like a really cool replica, and it's better if you ask me, because again, it's so accurate, and it still has this like shiny golden design. It looks cool, if not cooler than the original. Stop. I'm just trying to open the watch. I'm not trying to search for a yokai, but you know, fine. You guys get one more animation, Koma-san. Or Komajiro. Yep, another Koma-san. Okay. But yeah, let's put in the final medal that was released for this thing, the Shogunyan, the only legendary. Reliving some childhood memories. That gave me chills. That takes me back to the days of when I first saw the Shogunyan summoning on Disney XD. This toy is great. This is like the best thing that Hasbro's ever produced. And even though it's probably sad that it's going to be the last Yokai Watch toy, because, you know, Yokai Watch is kind of in a weird spot right now. This is a great release for the 10th anniversary. Really deserved, and an excellent swan song for the series if we're never going to get any more toys, because, you know, Holy Horror Mansion might get its way, but we're not here to have a debate on the politics of that. Thank you all so incredibly much for supporting me over these past, like, 4 or so years, collecting every single Yokai Watch. It's been a treat. Thank you all so much for supporting me and giving me the means to get all these new watches and just taking this journey with me together. And now that it's done, we can finally close that chapter and move on to new things. Every Yokai Watch game, someday. But the toy part of the channel is where I got my start, and even though I've mostly moved on to bigger things, I owe a lot to that era, and I owe a lot to you. So thank you for being with me on the final step of this journey. And thank you all so much for watching, just in general. But sadly, I must go and edit this. So bye-bye, my lonely watchers.